In the world of small business and freelancing, cash flow is king. Knowing when your money will hit your bank account is not just a convenience. It's a critical component of financial planning, budgeting, and overall business health. If you're using FreshBooks, an accounting software popular for its invoicing and expense tracking features, understanding its payment processing times is paramount. As a program management expert, I approach this not just as a simple question of how long, but as a crucial element in your operational workflow. Let's break down the FreshBooks payment processing timeline from your client's click to your bank balance, deconstructing the processing concept in FreshBooks. When we talk about FreshBooks processing, we're not just referring to one single action. It's a sequence of events, each with its own inherent duration. Think of it like a project. There are various phases, and the total time is the sum of these phases, plus any potential delays. The key phases in FreshBooks payment processing are client payment initiation, the moment your client pays an invoice through FreshBooks. Payment gateway processing, the time it takes for the payment processor, which is FreshBooks Payments, powered by Stripe, or an integrated third party like PayPal or Stripe directly, to verify and authorize the transaction. Settlement, the period during which the funds move from the client's bank or credit card company to FreshBooks holding account. Payout, the transfer of funds from FreshBooks holding account to your designated bank account. Bank availability, the final step where your bank makes the funds accessible to you. Each of these steps has a typical duration, and understanding them helps in setting realistic expectations for your cash flow. Key factors influencing processing speed. The speed at which your money arrives is not uniform. Several variables act as project constraints or accelerators. Payment method. This is the most significant factor. Different payment types have different underlying financial network protocols, which dictate their speed. Credit card payments, generally the fastest. Bank transfers, ACH in the US, these operate through batch processing systems, making them slower than credit cards. First-time payouts. There's an initial security and verification period. T+X business days. FreshBooks, and the payment industry in general, uses T+X to describe payout speed. T refers to the transaction time, when the payment was confirmed. X refers to the number of business days required for funds to become available for payout. This is crucial. Weekends and public holidays do not count. Your bank's processing times. Even after FreshBooks initiates a payout, your bank needs to process the incoming transfer and make the funds available. This can vary by bank. Instant payouts. If eligible for select FreshBooks Payments users, an instant payouts option can drastically reduce the waiting time for an additional fee. Typical FreshBooks processing timelines. Let's look at the standard durations for different payment types, based on FreshBooks' usual operations. 1. Credit card payments. Client payment to FreshBooks system. Almost immediate. The payment is confirmed and recorded in your FreshBooks account usually within minutes. Settlement to payout availability. Standard typically T+2 business days. This means if a client pays with a credit card on a Monday, the funds should be available for payout by Wednesday. If paid on a Friday, it would be available by Tuesday of the following week. Monday is T+1, Tuesday is T+2. Payout to your bank account. Once FreshBooks initiates the payout, it generally takes 1 to 2 additional business days for the funds to appear in your bank account, depending on your bank. Total typical time for credit cards. Standard payouts 3 to 4 business days from payment initiation to funds in your bank. 2. Bank transfers, ACH, automated clearinghouse, for US only. Client payment to FreshBooks system, usually within a few hours, but the nature of ACH means it's part of a batch. Settlement to payout availability. This takes longer than credit cards, typically T+4 business days. The ACH network processes payments in batches, not instantly. Payout to your bank account. Similar to credit cards, expect 1 to 2 additional business days for your bank to process the incoming ACH transfer. Total typical time for bank transfers. ACH 5 to 6 business days from payment initiation to funds in your bank. 3. First-time payouts. For your very first payout through FreshBooks payments, there's an extended waiting period for security and verification purposes. First payout grace period. All initial transactions, regardless of type, will typically take T+7 business days to become available for payout. This is a one-time process to establish your account's credibility. Total typical time for first payouts: 8 to 9 business days or more, factoring in your bank's processing. For instant payouts, eligibility. This feature is not available to all users and is determined by FreshBooks based on factors like business history, transaction patterns, and risk assessment. You'll be notified if you're eligible. Payout to your bank account. If eligible and you opt for an instant payout, for an additional fee, typically 1% in Canada, 1.5% in the US, funds can appear in your bank account or debit card within 30 minutes. Important note: instant payouts do not bypass the initial 7-day waiting period for first transactions. They accelerate only the payout phase for subsequent transactions. Program management implications. Planning for cash flow. From a program management perspective, understanding these processing times allows you to forecast cash flow accurately. Incorporate these delays into your financial projections. Don't assume money paid today will be available tomorrow. Manage expectations. Clearly communicate payment timelines to your team and stakeholders. Buffer for delays. Always build a small buffer into your financial planning for unexpected bank processing delays or holiday-related extensions. Optimize payment methods. Encourage clients to use credit cards if speed is paramount, or utilize instant payouts if available for urgent needs. Reconcile efficiently. FreshBooks automatically records payments, but knowing the typical settlement times helps in reconciling your bank statements. Strategic invoicing. If you have large projects or recurring revenue, consider invoicing cycles that align with these processing times to maintain consistent cash flow. For instance, if you need funds by a certain date, issue invoices with enough lead time for payment and processing.